Unite. History will be made, and legends will be created, as the FWA brings to you BattleMania. See tonight as the World Championship is defended in a triple threat when the Canadian superstar Lance Storm takes on the NWO's #1 member Scott Steiner, and the man who for his entire time here has wanted one thing, and that is the World Championship, in Bret the Hitman Hart. We will also see as the Beast Brock Lesnar looks to take out the NWO's Kurt Angle once and for all when they meet once again for the Heritage Championship. In the No Limits division, X-Pac says that he is the greatest member of the NWO and is looking to prove that in an open invitational where anyone can step up to the plate and challenge for the No Limits title. And speaking of No Limits, the NWO holds no limits in the power that they have, and because of that, Goldberg will be going up against a mystery challenger personally brought in by Eric Bischoff to take out Goldberg once and for all. And we will see the two titans of tag team wrestling go toe-to-toe in a tables, ladders, and chairs match as the Dudley Boys look to take on the longest reigning tag team champions of all time, the Road Warriors. We have all of this, and don't forget the dog collar match between two bloodied rivals in Shane Douglas and Steve Corino, whose careers were interlocked at the very beginning of Livewire and are now looking to settle the score here tonight. Who will walk away from BattleMania as a champion? Who will walk away a victor? And who will walk away as the face of Livewire?
Hello everyone and welcome to the biggest pay-per-view in Livewire history. This is BattleMania. I am Joey Styles, and tonight we have the most exciting matches coming your way live here on pay-per-view. The face of Livewire is about to change, and tonight history will be made and legends will be created tonight at BattleMania. We have so many exciting matches coming your way. Championship defenses, mystery opponents, blood rivalries, and just absolute chaos coming our way. And we're gonna kick things off with the No Limits Invitational. The following contest is the No Limits Invitational and is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, laying down the challenge, he is the No Limits Champion, X-Pac. And as X-Pac comes out with the belt around his waist celebrating because he is looking to prove that he is the best member of the NWO. Let's see who will answer the No Limit Invitational.
Just say it! Say my name! Prime time, baby!
Introducing first, making his way down to the ring, he is Prime Time Felix Skipper.
Just say it! Say my name!
And also making his way down to the ring, he is Ultimo Dragon. And making his way down to the ring next, he is the Insane Luchador, Super Crazy. And we see as these men start piling in, X-Pac is ready for him. It looks like Felix Skipper Ultimo Dragon and Super Crazy. Will there be anybody else? Wait a minute, no way! And making his way down to the ring, the former Livewire World Champion, Mr. Pay-Per-View, Rob Van Dam. And we see RVD, a former world champion. It looks like he wants the No Limits title to add to his resume, because he is Mr. Pay-Per-View. And he rolls in the ring, and X-Pac can't believe it. All 5 men are in the ring. Ding, 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 and the match starts. And this match is a fast break brawl, folks. When I tell you it is the most high-flying action you will ever see, this match breaks it down for you right here. And we see as they all start hitting their patented high-flying maneuvers and drop kicks and all that kind of jazz. We see as all these guys are getting their signature moves in. And as this match is progressing, we get to a point where Ultimo Dragon and Super Crazy are in the ring. And Super Crazy hits Ultimo Dragon with a chop, kicks him in the leg, hits the ropes, and goes for that running crossbody. But as he goes for it, the Ultimo Dragon counters, holds both arms behind Super Crazy, and he locks in that Dragon Suplex. As he locks in the Dragon Suplex, Elix Skipper slides in and kicks Ultimo Dragon's feet out from under him. And as he kicks his feet out from under him, he picks up the Ultimo Dragon, sets him up on the top rope, climbs to the top, and he hits that prime time Hurricane Rana right off the top rope onto the Ultimo Dragon. As he hits it, he goes for the cover. But as he goes for the cover, the ref counts 1, 2. But Rob Van Dam breaks up the pin with a Rolling Thunder. He hit a Rolling Thunder on top of Elix Skipper and the Ultimo Dragon. So now both men are down. As both men are down, he climbs to the top rope, and it looks like he's going for the 5-star frog splash on the Ultimo Dragon. But X-Pac, ever the opportunist, slides in, and he kicks Rob Van Dam off the top rope, and he crashes and burns. As he crashes and burns, the ring is cleared, and RVD is sitting in the corner. As RVD is sitting in the corner, X-Pac has him set up, and it looks like he's going for the Bronco Buster. But as he goes for it, the lights go out. The lights go out before he can hit it. What is going on? Are we having technical difficulties? The lights are out in the match. And as the lights come back on, it's Sabu. Sabu is standing in the path of X-Pac with a chair. The fans can't believe it. They're chanting, "Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit." X-Pac doesn't know what to do. He charges after Sabu, but Sabu throws the chair at X-Pac. He throws the chair at X-Pac, and he crashes right into it. As he crashes, he sets his chair up on the face, and he hits the Arabian Face Buster on X-Pac. No way! He hit the Face Buster, and as he hits it, he goes for the cover, because this is a No Limit Invitational, and the referee has no choice. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and the new No Limits Champion. He is Sabu. Nobody saw this coming here at BattleMania. Sabu shows up and he enters the No Limits Invitational. And now Sabu is the No Limits Champion, a man who has history here on Livewire. But now he has the No Limits Gold. You know the NWO is going to be furious when they see this, but we'll have to find out how they retaliate later on, folks, because right now we've got a new No Limits Champion. But folks, let's see if the NWO has anything up their sleeve for their matchup next. The following contest is a singles match and is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making his way down to the ring, he is Goldberg. And we see as Goldberg marches down and he slides in the ring and he is just waiting like a caged animal. Who is this mystery man that Eric Bischoff called up from Goldberg's past to specifically take him on? Oh, no way. We've heard this music before. This man used to be on Riot, and now he's here. Oh my gosh. And his opponent, he is the War Machine, Rhino. And we see as Rhino runs down to the ring and slides in. Ding, ding, ding. And Rhino stares down Goldberg. These two have history from Riot's past, and now they're both here on Livewire looking to do battle here in the ring. And they see as these two behemoths just show off punches left and right. These two just start brawling all around the ring. These two mammoth of men. These are two huge additions to the Livewire roster, and it looks like Rhino's trying to gain some favor from the New World Order. And we see as Rhino and Goldberg are fighting around, we see as Rhino has Goldberg up for a scoop slam. Goldberg shoves him off, pushes him into the corner. He charges for a clothesline, but Rhino ducks out of the way. As Rhino ducks out of the way, he hits a nasty shoulder tackle right into the corner. Hits another shoulder tackle right into the corner of Goldberg. And he whips Goldberg across the ring into a vicious corner shot. And as he whips him, we see Rhino charge, but Goldberg sidesteps, and Rhino takes the post to the shoulder. He takes the post to the shoulder. As he takes it to the shoulder, Goldberg rolls out, and he's staring down Rhino. As Rhino stumbles out of the corner, Goldberg hits him with the spear. He spears Rhino. He spears Rhino, and the fans come unglued as Goldberg signals for the end. As he signals for the end, he picks up Rhino off the mat, lifts him up, and plants him with the jackhammer. He plants Rhino with the jackhammer, and he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Goldberg! And we see as Goldberg raises his hands after a tough, hard-fought victory. It looks like Rhinos were no match for Goldberg. And now it looks like Livewire is 2-up, and the NWO's plans have been flaunted so far. And I, for one, am super happy to see it, because it looks like the tide is turning back into Livewire's favor, folks. But coming up next, we're gonna see who the best big man of Livewire Wrestling is, as Mike Awesome takes on Bam Bam Bigelow and Sid Vicious in a 3-way dance.
Bam, bam.
The following contest is a 3-way dance and is scheduled for elimination. Introducing first, he is the beast from the east, Bam Bam Bigelow. And his opponent first, making his way down to the ring, he is Mike Awesome. And we see as Bigelow is pacing the ring, Mike Awesome is just waiting on the entrance ramp because he knows these three are about to get it on. And the final participant in the 3-way dance, making his way down to the ring, he is the master and the ruler of the world, Sid Vicious. And we see as Sid Vicious runs down to the ring and he starts fighting with Mike Awesome. Ding, ding, ding. And these two men are brawling on the outside. As they're brawling on the outside, Bam Bam follows suit. And now all three men are battling on the outside. All three of these men have done nothing but fight in the crowd and cause absolute destruction on Nitro as of late. So now they are here at BattleMania to settle the score once and for all of who is the best big man on Livewire Wrestling. And we see as these three men are proving without a shadow of a doubt why they deserve to be called the best big man in wrestling. We see as Bam Bam slides Sid Vicious into the ring after Mike Awesome has crashed into the guardrail. Bam Bam climbs to the top rope and he's going for that diving headbutt on Sid Vicious, and it connects. As it connects, he goes for the cover. 1, 2, but Sid Vicious kicks out. As Sid Vicious kicks out, Bam Bam picks up Sid and he's got him set up for the Asbury Park driver. But as he's going for it, Sid Vicious elbows out once, elbows out twice, and he shoves Sid Vicious or shoves Bam Bam into the ropes, and he hits that nasty big boot on Bigelow. As he big boots Bigelow, Bigelow stumbles back. Sid Vicious kicks Bigelow in the gut, and he hoists him up for the Sid Vicious power bomb. He hits the Sid Vicious power bomb on Bam Bam Bigelow, but as he hits it, Mike Awesome slides into the ring, and he takes Sid Vicious and he shit cans him over the top rope. He throws Sid Vicious over the top rope, and as he throws him over the top rope, he goes for the cover on Bigelow. 1, 2, 3. Bam Bam Bigelow has been eliminated. Mike Awesome wanted to be the one to eliminate Bam Bam instead of Sid. And as he does that, he slides out now. And now it's Awesome and Sid on the outside fighting as Mike Awesome has Sid Vicious up. He's setting him up for the Awesome Bomb. He's got his sights set on the announcer table. But as he goes for it, Sid Vicious drops down. He turns around and he goozles Mike Awesome. And no way, he chokeslams Mike Awesome through the announcer's table. He chokeslams Mike Awesome right through the announcer's table. No way. As he does that, the referee is trying to tell him you can only win inside. You can only win inside. So Sid picks up Mike Awesome and he throws him into the ring as the fans are chanting, Sid, 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 Sid. And as he slides into the ring, Sid Vicious signals for that Sid Vicious powerbomb. He picks up Mike Awesome and gets him in position. But as he gets him in position, he lifts him up. But Mike Awesome is able to slide out from behind him. As he slides out from behind him, he turns around and clotheslines Sid Vicious. He clotheslines him once. He gets up. He clotheslines him a second time. And then he hits the ropes and hits that running clothesline, taking Sid Vicious out on his feet. As he takes Sid Vicious down, Mike Awesome stumbles up, battered and bruised, and he picks up Sid Vicious and he hits the Awesome Bomb. He hits the Awesome Bomb on Sid Vicious and he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. No! No, Sid Vicious kicked out at the last second. Sid Vicious kicked out at the very last second. It's anybody's ball game. Mike Awesome can't believe it. So he climbs to the top rope. He climbs to the top rope to go for the Awesome Splash. But as he's climbing up, Sid Vicious starts to get up. He gets up and he goozles Mike Awesome. As he goozles Mike Awesome punches his hand away, kicks him off, and he kicks him off, and it's a diving cross body on Sid Vicious. As he hits the diving cross body, he rolls out, climbs to the top rope again, and as he stands tall, he jumps off and hits the Awesome Splash. The Awesome Splash on Sid Vicious, and he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. What a brutal matchup, folks. Here is your winner, Mike Awesome. And we see as Mike Awesome raises his hands up after one tough fought battle. It looks like Mike Awesome is the most dominant big man here on Livewire Wrestling. And you can only imagine that Mike Awesome now has his sights set on the world title after this huge victory. But folks, coming up next, we have the Heritage Title Championship match as Brock Lesnar is looking to defend against Kurt Angle. The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall and is for the Heritage Championship. Introducing first, making his way down to the ring, the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. And his opponent, he is the reigning and defending Heritage Champion. He is the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And we see as Brock marches his way down to the ring with the Heritage title around his waist. Kurt Angle is pacing, waiting for him to get in the ring. Ding, ding, ding. And both men just get right into each other's grills right away. These two men are amateur wrestling legends, and they are looking to prove why they deserve to be the Heritage Champion. And we see as these two lock up and these two just start amateur wrestling, really trying to feel each other out. We know that Kurt Angle's used to cheating to get his way, but you know that Brock Lesnar had everything scouted. And as these two are wrestling around, trying to see who gains the advantage, nobody really gains the advantage as both men are just stopping each other on every takedown, every pin attempt, every lockup. These two men are going tit for tat and toe to toe. This is a true work rate wrestling classic match here, folks, as both men are putting it all out there to show what Heritage is all about. But as we get to Brock Lesnar setting up for his Brock lock, he's got Kurt Angle's leg behind him and he's going for that Brock lock submission. Kurt Angle is able to use his legs to roll out of it, and as he rolls out, he's able to get behind Brock Lesnar, trip up the leg, and he's got the ankle lock. He picked the ankle and he's going for that ankle lock, but Brock Lesnar quickly rolls out. As he quickly rolls out, Kurt gets up and is met with those crazy Lesnar clotheslines. He clotheslines Kurt Angle from pillar to post, and then as he gets up, he grabs him and hits him with a belly-to-belly suplex. He hits the belly-to-belly on Kurt. As he hits that belly-to-belly, Kurt gets up and he turns around and hits a German suplex on Kurt. He holds on and he goes for another German, but as he goes for it, Kurt Angle counters into an O'Connor roll. 1, 2, but Brock Lesnar kicked out. As Brock Lesnar kicked out, we see as Kurt Angle dodges a clothesline, gets behind Brock, and he hits an angle slam. He hits the angle slam on Brock Lesnar. He goes for the cover. 1, 2, but Brock kicks out. As both men are down and out, we see Don Callis running to ringside. Don Callis is running to ringside, trying to distract the referee and help Kurt Angle with the title. And as he runs down there, we see that the American males slide in as Don Callis has the ref distracted, and they're trying to put the boots to Brock. But Brock gets up and he hits a belly-to-belly on Buff Bagwell. As he hits a belly-to-belly on Buff Bagwell, Scotty Riggs goes for a clothesline, but Brock Lesnar picks him up and plants him with an F5. He F5 Scotty Riggs, and the American males are down and out as Don Callis doesn't know what to do. As he doesn't know what to do, they're all reconvening on the outside as the referee's trying to send them to the back. But as all the chaos is going on, Kurt grabbed the Heritage title behind the referee's back. And as Brock Lesnar's trying to pick Kurt up for an F5, Kurt gets up and he decks Brock Lesnar with the Heritage title. He decks him with the Heritage title. And as he decks him, he throws it to the outside and he climbs to the top rope. And Kurt hits that picture perfect moonsault on Brock Lesnar. And as he hits it, he goes for the cover. 1, 2, but Brock kicks out. Brock kicks out and Kurt can't believe it. As Kurt can't believe it, he picks up Brock Lesnar and he goes for another angle slam. But as he goes for it, Brock Lesnar reverses and he gets Kurt Angle up for the F5. But as he gets him up for it, he goes for it, but Kurt reverses into a small package and his foot's on the rope, but the ref doesn't see it. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Oh my God. Here is your winner and the new Heritage Champion, the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. And we see as Kurt Angle powders out with the title and the American males and Don Callis are celebrating. Brock is holding his head furious because once again he got screwed. But the NWO has new gold and Kurt Angle is the new Heritage Champion. And we see as Brock Lesnar spears the NWO. It looks like something finally went in their favor tonight, folks. But coming up next, we have tables, ladders, and chairs for the Livewire Tag Team Championships. The following contest is a tables, ladders, and chairs match and is for the Livewire Tag Team Championships. Introducing first the challengers, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys. And their opponents, they are the longest reigning Livewire Tag Team Champions of all time, Road Warrior Hart and Road Warrior Animal, the Road Warriors. Oh, ding, ding, ding. And as the belts are being put on the rung and lifted high above, we see as the Dudleys are getting ready against the Road Warriors. This is unfamiliar territory with the Road Warriors, but the Dudleys are all too familiar to TLC. And ding, 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 as the match starts, we see all four men powder to the outside, and they start throwing ladders and tables and chairs in right away. As they're throwing it in, they get in and do a standoff, and now all four men just start brawling with one another. This is an absolute barnyard brawl, folks. We see as Bubba Ray is paired off with Hawk, and Animal is paired off with Devon, and all four men are just beating each other from pillar to post on the outside of the ring and on the inside. And we see as Bubba Ray has a table set up between the ring and the guardrail. He sets a table up there, but as he does, Hawk comes from behind him and clobbers him with a chair. As he clobbers him with a chair, he sets Bubba Ray up on that table, and as he does, Animal gets on the apron. As he gets on the apron, he's running, and he hits a running splash through the table on Bubba Ray. He just splashed Bubba Ray right through the table. As he splashes him right through the table, we see Hawk checking on Animal. And as he's checking on him, Devon's got the ladder set up, and Devon is climbing the ladder, trying to reach those live wire tag titles. And as he's climbing, Hawk climbs to the top too, and he starts climbing. And now Hawk and Devon are battling off the top as one hits one punches the other. And as they're both punching each other, Animals coming in, trying to take out Devon. But as he's trying to take out Devon, Bubba Ray recovers. And as he slides in, the ladder gets pushed over, and both Devon and Hawk go crashing down to the outside. Both Devon and Hawk are down. Both men are completely down, as it's now down to Animal and Bubba Ray. And Animal hits that running clothesline on Bubba Ray. And as he hits that running clothesline, he sets up another table, and he's looking to power bomb Bubba Ray. But as he's getting him set up, Bubba Ray punches him in the head once, punches him twice, and they crash down. As they crash down, Bubba picks up Animal and hits that one-handed spine buster right through the table. As he hits him right through the table there, we see as Bubba Ray's climbing the ladder. He's climbing it, and as he's climbing, Hawk stutters back in. But as Hawk stutters in, Devon turns behind him and hits the 3D on his own. He hits the 3D on Hawk as Bubba's climbing up. The Road Warriors are down, and Devon is down. Bubba's at the belts, and he grabs them, and he pulls them both down. Ding, ding, ding. Here are your winners and the new Livewire Tag Team Champions, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys. And we see as the Dudleys drop, the Dudleys are the new Livewire Tag Team Champions. They have ended the legendary reign of the Road Warriors here at BattleMania, and they are posing with the belts. As they're posing with the belts on the outside, the Road Warriors are recovering. But man, what a tag team classic this was. The Dudleys are your new tag team champions. And folks, as we clean up the ringside area here, we are getting prepared for one of the most bloodiest rivalries ever to come out of Livewire Wrestling, as we get ready for our dog collar match between the franchise Shane Douglas and Steve Corino. Now, these two men were a part of the new school at the very beginning of Livewire, and they ran the show for a very long time. But after Shane Douglas lost that Heritage title and after Lance Storm took over, Shane went his own way and Steve Corino was lost in the shadows. But now Steve Corino is looking to claim his rightful spot as a top contender here against Shane Douglas, while Shane is looking to solidify his Livewire legacy with a big win here at BattleMania, folks. So now let's go back to Howard Finkel for the dog collar match. The following contest is a dog collar match and is scheduled for one fall to a finish. Both men will be tied together with a dog collar, and the only way to win is by pinfall or submission. Introducing first, he is the franchise Shane Douglas, and his opponent,
The old school style.
he is the king of old school, Steve Corino. And we see Steve Corino make his way down to the ring with the dog collar. Shane Douglas is just waiting patiently as both men get into the ring. Ding, ding, ding. And as the referee is getting the dog collar slapped on both men's necks, we know that this is going to be brutal. Just like Piper and Valentine at Starrcade 83, this dog collar match is sure to be one we will never forget. And as both men start circling up, they're taking their time on this one, because even though they want to rip each other apart, the dog collar match is one of the most dangerous matches in all of professional wrestling. And we see quickly, as they both go to lock up, that this quickly turns into an absolute massacre. As we see Shane Douglas grabbing that chain from the dog collar, and he just starts punching Steve Corino right on the top of the head. And he just starts raining down fists on Steve Corino. And quickly we see as Steve Corino gets busted open early on, we see as Shane Douglas whips Steve Corino across the ring. Steve counters it into a drop toe hold. And as he drops toe holds, he grabs a crossface on Shane Douglas in the center of the ring. And he grabs that chain and he's wrapping the chain around Shane Douglas's face as he's got that crossface locked in. And as he does it, we start to see blood pour from the head of Shane Douglas, as this is an absolute bloodbath. Both men are bleeding now, and both men are leaving it all in the ring to prove why they deserve to leave here the victor. And we see as Shane Douglas is crawling to the ropes. There are no rope breaks, but is able to start getting out, and he rolls to the outside to break that crossface. But as he rolls to the outside, Steve Corino grabs that dog collar and he wraps it around the neck of Shane, and he starts to pull Shane back into the ring. Oh my God, he is choking Shane Douglas. As he is choking Shane Douglas, the referee is trying to tell him, Steve, you're going to kill him. Stop, stop. And as he's doing it, we see Shane gasping for air, but Shane's able to get up on the apron to alleviate some pressure. As he alleviates the pressure, Steve Corino brings Shane into the ring. He sets him up on the top rope as Shane is bleeding and trying to breathe. He climbs to the top rope, has Shane set up, and Steve Corino hits a nasty superplex off the top rope. Both men are completely down. Both men are down and bloodied. As the referee is checking on them, the fans are chanting, "This is awesome. This is awesome," as both men are leaving it all on the line here in the ring. And finally, as Steve Corino starts to get up, he sees Shane gets to his knees. And as Shane is looking up at Steve Corino, Shane Douglas just flips Steve Corino the double bird. He flips Corino the double bird. And Corino smirks as he grabs the dog collar, wraps it around Shane's head, picks him up, and hits the old school expulsion on Shane Douglas. And as he hits it, he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Steve Corino. And we just see as Steve Corino lays there, blood covering his face, as he is the victor here at BattleMania. You can only imagine what the boys are thinking in the back, that Steve Corino put it all on the line, and now he is the victor of the hellacious dog collar match. And we see, as the music's cut off and the referees and security are trying to check on Shane and Corino getting that dog collar off, that it is now time, ladies and gentlemen, for the match we've all been waiting for. It is the main event of BattleMania. Three men who have proved why they have been the face of this brand, and three men who are looking to prove why they deserve to walk away from BattleMania as the face of Livewire Wrestling, and who will walk away as your Livewire World Champion? Well, we're going to find out right now. The following contest is a triple threat match and is scheduled for one fall and is for the Livewire World's Championship. Introducing first, he is Bret the Hitman Hart. And we see as Bret Hart makes his way, high-fiving the fans. Bret Hart has been waiting for this moment his whole career, and it looks like tonight could be the night that Bret becomes the world champion. And his opponent first, representing the NWO, he is Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. And we see as Scott Steiner makes his way down to the ring. He is a former Livewire World Champion, and he is looking to bring more gold to the NWO. Kurt Angle was able to bring home the Heritage title. Will Scott Steiner be able to reclaim the Livewire World Championship? And finally, the champion. He is the Canadian superstar, Lance Storm. And we see as Lance Storm is making his way down to the ring. He won the Chase the Case briefcase and cashed in his opportunity to become the world champion, and has proved why he deserves to be at the top of the food chain here on Livewire Wrestling. Will he be able to prove it tonight by beating both Bret Hart and Scott Steiner? We'll find out right now. Ding, ding, ding. And as the match starts, we see Lance Storm, Bret Hart, and Scott Steiner looking to see what's going to happen. And Scott Steiner flips both of them off. He charges them for a double Steiner line, but they duck out of the way. And they hit a double super kick. They double super kick Scott Steiner right away. And Scott Steiner's on the outside. They double kicked Big Papa Pump. And now it's Bret and Lance staring off face to face. Two technically gifted athletes going toe to toe. And now we see as Bret hits his punch. Lance Storm hits his, Bret hits his, Lance hits his, Lance hits the ropes and goes for that running spinning heel kick, but Bret ducks out of the way. As he ducks out of the way, he turns around and hits that reverse atomic drop on Lance Storm. He picks him up and hits the scoop slam on Lance. He climbs to the second rope, and Bret Hart hits that second rope elbow right across the face on Lance Storm. And Bret Hart is a house of fire as the fans are chanting, Hitman, Hitman, Hitman. As they're chanting for Hitman, we see as he gets Lance Storm, he's trying to go for that sharpshooter, but Lance is able to fight out, punch him once, punch him twice, and he kicks Bret Hart off. As he kicks Bret Hart off, Lance Storm kips up. Bret Hart turns around and eats the Canadian super kick. He hits the Canadian super kick on Bret Hart. He goes for the cover. 1, 2, but Scott Steiner breaks the pin up. As Scott Steiner breaks the pin up, he picks up Lance Storm and hits him with a belly-to-belly suplex on Lance. As he hits the belly-to-belly on Lance, he picks up Bret Hart and he hits him with the belly-to-belly as well. Scott Steiner's got belly-to-bellies for both of them, and he starts doing push-ups in the ring because he is the big, bad booty daddy. And as Lance Storm gets up, he hits a Steiner line on Lance Storm. As Bret Hart gets up, he hits a Steiner line on Bret Hart. And as both men are down, he's daring Lance to get up. As he's daring Lance to get up, he's going for that standing Frankensteiner. But as he goes for it, Lance holds on and power bombs Scott. He hits the power bomb on Scott Steiner. As he power bombs Scott Steiner, he rolls out, grabs that leg, and he locks in the Canadian Crab. He's got the Canadian Crab locked in the center of the ring. Scott Steiner's writhing in pain as he's got it locked in. But as he's got it locked in, Bret Hart hits the ropes and he hits the running bulldog on Lance Storm to break up the Crab. As he hits the bulldog, he turns around and he gets Lance Storm wrapped up in the sharpshooter. And Bret's got the sharpshooter locked in. As he's got the sharpshooter locked in, Lance Storm's threatening to tap. Scott Steiner's starting to stir. Will Lance tap? Scott Steiner comes in and he clotheslines Bret Hart to break the sharpshooter up. As he clotheslines him, the referee's telling him, "Oh no, what are you doing?" And as he picks up Lance Storm, he hits him with the Steiner screwdriver on Lance Storm. No way. He goes for the cover. 1, 2, but Lance kicks out. Lance kicks out and Steiner can't believe it. As the referee's telling him it was 2, Scott Steiner grabs the referee and is pissed. And he belly to bellies the referee. He belly to bellies the referee. I can't believe it. Scott Steiner just hit the referee. As he hit him, he goes to the outside and he grabs a steel chair. He slides in and he clocks Bret Hart with the steel chair. Lance Storm turns around and he clocks Lance Storm with the chair. As he clocks him, he's calling for the back. Who's Scott Steiner calling for? Oh, you had to know that this was going to happen. We hear Eric Bischoff's music as he starts making his way down to the ring. He's making his way down to the ring and he slides in. He takes the referee's shirt off and he puts it over himself. He puts the referee's shirt on himself. And as he does, we see Scott Steiner pick up Bret Hart. And it looks like he's going to hit Bret Hart with the Steiner screwdriver. But wait a minute. There's no way. No freaking way. We see as Eric Bischoff is confused and Scott Steiner's confused and the fans know who this is. It's the Hot Rod, Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper is here. Roddy Piper is on Livewire at BattleMania. And Roddy Piper's coming out and he's got a referee shirt on. You knew he knows about screwing after what happened on Riot. And it looks like he's here to stop Eric Bischoff and Scott Steiner. As Roddy Piper slides into the ring, Eric Bischoff can't believe it. He runs up to Piper, and Piper decks Eric Bischoff with a punch. He punches Bischoff down. As he punches Bischoff down, Scott Steiner's looking, what the hell is your problem? But as he does, Lance Storm gets up, and he hits the Canadian super kick on Scott Steiner. He hits the super kick on Scott Steiner, and as he hits him, Bret Hart is starting to stir, and he goes over to Lance, trips up Lance Storm. He's got the legs locked in, and Bret Hart's got the sharpshooter locked in again. The sharpshooter's locked in on Lance Storm. Scott Steiner's down. The referee, Roddy Piper, is there, and as Lance Storm is begging, he has no choice. But Lance Storm taps out, and Piper calls for the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner and the new Livewire World Champion, Bret the Hitman Hart. And we see as Bret Hart is crying with emotion and Roddy Piper grabs the world title. He hands it to Bret and they embrace in the ring as Bret Hart has finally done it. Bret Hart is your new Livewire World Champion. The NWO pulled out all the stops, but it was the Hot Rod Roddy Piper who came in for the save and stopped the NWO from screwing Bret Hart. And now Bret is the Livewire World Champion. How will the NWO react? How will Livewire be changed forever? We'll have to find out on the next episode of Nitro, because that's all the time we have, folks. Good night from BattleMania. This has been an FWA Network Podcast Production.